I am nervous. My name's Tara. Welcome to Plant Amateur. Today I had some plant chores to do, and my boyfriend said I should document what I'm doing. So I'm trying. But I have some plant chores to do today, and I thought I would just film it and talk about myself and talk about plants, and maybe you might enjoy doing it with me. I don't know. But yeah, I guess I'll just get started. So today's video, I wanted to repot and pot up some plants and check them. There's various stages of wellness going on right now. The first thing I want to tackle is this Alocasia silver dragon. This one belongs to a friend of mine, and I'm gonna repot all of the little babies that are happening in here. As you know, I'm just gonna break up the soil and I'm gonna dump it out into my handy dandy little mat. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. I'm gonna put that to the side because maybe I will use it for something else later. But the roots look good. I don't know how well you can see those. This is my first video. People ask me, why do you want this many plants? I never did. This is my first year doing plants and taking care of plants, and I just fell in love with the different colors and styles and science that goes along with it. I think they're just fascinating. It's been really rewarding to be successful and to fail. I've been lucky though that many of the plants that I've been growing, when I have failed, I had insurance leaves, or they put out some corms before they decided to die, except for that one Alocasia. That one Alocasia I just straight up murdered. It was an accident though. I overwatered it. But it's just been really nice being a plant parent. I don't know. I don't want to be a parent in real life, so I think it's really interesting. It's got one of those, crap, this just made this whole project a little bit harder. It's got one of those little containers that they put starts in. It's not that big a deal, but I mean, I generally try to remove them, but this, like I said, this is my friend's plant, and so I didn't get a chance to get my dirty little fingers in here before that had happened. Ooh, look, there's a corm. Dang, that's beautiful. Ooh, there we go, first one. My friend Marina got me my first plant. I don't know if you can see it, it's behind me, but she got me oh dang, there's two more corms. Oh dang, this is a happy little baby. She got me a calathea, whoop, for my first plant. And you know, how exciting. Never knew nothing about plants. Buy somebody a calathea. Love her, she's so great. Wow, this thing is full of corms. I got my two brains going on. And so I fell in love, and then on the same day, actually, she got me two calatheas. I'm kind of curious as to what you might think about somebody gifting a first-time plant parent calatheas. Man, there's so many corms. I think I might. Weird. All right, so here's the little seed, little starter thing, and then way on top of it, this is how. Oh, this is so fun. Okay. Oh my God. I forgot to put gloves on, and they're sitting right here in front of me. So yeah, and that's what started my plant journey, was my girlfriend gifting me calatheas. And as you can see, it's definitely, you can say skyrocketed. It's skyrocketed to whole new levels. I love plants. They're so much fun. I made so many new friends because plant people are really nice. It's really kind of cool. Right, you know what? I'm gonna put my gloves on. So this is my first video, so I hope the lighting is okay. I hope the sound's okay. Plant amateur. I barely brushed my hair for you guys this morning. So if you have anything that I need to know, like if you have any criticisms, you know, try to be gentle. But yeah, I'd be happy to know how I can make this better if it ends up being a thing I'm gonna do. I got my gloves on. This was a weird editing thing. Wear gloves as much as possible. Also, because many of the plants are toxic. If you have sensitive skin, what is going on? The plants can affect that. So if you might just want to avoid it altogether and wear gloves. Ooh, this is so scary. Big fat roots are going through this stupid mesh. I'm I'm gonna get you guys out, don't worry. Favorite YouTubers. So like most people, when we first start, we don't know a lot about plants. So, you know, we reach out for good old YouTube to give us some tips. And I found several people that I really enjoy watching. It's a variant on how much they can help. I don't know how much they help because some of them just encourage me to get more plants because they show me plants that I haven't seen and I'm like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. And you know, that's how that starts. Well, that doesn't contribute because it's already started. Anyway, so the first person I wanted to talk about was Only Plants on YouTube. His name is Sean. He has a lot of plants that I'll probably never own just because of his location. I wonder if I can just tear this off. I don't know if I can, because here's the big fatty bulb and then here's this little growth. I'm not sure. Let's just do it. Does it have its own roots? It does. It does have its own roots. All right. We finally got it all broken up. That was relatively painless. I'm pretty lucky, I think, that that had happened. What I'm looking at here is this is way too big for the containers that I got to start. So I'll have to go and grab another one later. But so this is like really soft and fluffy. I really don't have any complaints about this soil. I see slow release fertilizer pellets in it, but I have a lot of perlite in my mix right now and some leca and some orchid bark and a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm just gonna mix this in too because I know alocasias, I mean, for me, they're not that finicky. I do keep many of them in a cabinet, which is very helpful. But this guy hasn't ever lived in a cabinet, so he'll be just fine. Only Plants on YouTube. He's fabulous. He always talks about his plants obsession. He does propagations and science projects, and it's really nice to have somebody that is doing that. So when you want to try something new, you can see if it was successful for somebody else. He also goes, he lives in Indonesia, right? So he always goes to these conventions that they have there where like all of the badass people show up, and he goes around and it's like he knows them all, and like it just shows you all these beautiful plants, and it's just like an incredible watching experience. I really like it. Only Plants, Sean. He goes by bo.tanist, bo.tan.ist on Instagram. He's going to be the only one that I know that right off the top of my head. I didn't really prepare very well for this. Like I said, I'm just doing it. I watch him. He's fabulous. And then there is another lady. This one is in Britain. Her name is Kaylee Ellen. She is so funny. That was a bad job. I really enjoy watching her videos. She does these rare plant indexes where you can see rare to common plants, and it's definitely led me to build up my wish list. Thank you, Kaylee Ellen. She also has this funny thing with variegation. I don't think she did. I think somebody commented on one of her videos once, and it was like, variegation on plants looks like bird poop. And I don't want to say variegated plant. I have some variegated plants. I don't want to say that it looks like bird poop, but that was just so funny. She totally got a full subscription out of me for that. Well, I guess you can thank one of your followers because that's just funny. All right, there's one baby. Oh my God, I'm making such a mess. There's one baby, and let's just keep on. Oh, so yeah, Kaylee Ellen. She actually was like a crazy plant lady. This is what I gather. I can't say I can't say for sure if this is true. Okay, but she was a crazy plant lady who fell so much in love with plants, she opened her own plant shop. And I don't want to say that that's quickly where I'm going, but when your friends start bringing you their plants to do things like this, it's really like, maybe I should look into this. What am I missing? What am I doing with my life? Oh, I like playing with plants. Maybe I'll do that on a more professional basis. But yeah, Kaylee Ellen, she's so funny. She's quick, she's smart, she experiments. She's been experimenting with tissue culture, which is like well beyond my skill level. Like I'll probably never do anything like that. Probably. Not gonna do it. I don't have a plant shop, so there's no reason for me to do that. But yeah, she's fabulous. I enjoy watching her videos a lot. I rewatch a lot of her videos because I want to write down the names of the plants, and I want to, well, I have some dirt on it, and I want to, you know, follow along. She's been having a lot of changes, and it's fun to watch how, you know, people progress in life, especially when you like them. She's a nice lady. And the last person that I found amazingly helpful was the Leca Queen on YouTube. I can't remember what her name is, but she is freaking awesome. Like, she introduced me to the world of Leca when I was like, I hate soil. I need options. Give me the options for soil. And there she was, ready to show me all of the tips and tricks. Freaking fantastic lady. Funny, smart, clever, not afraid to mess up too. She did a recent one where she got a whole bunch of peperomia. I want to say she got 7 peperomias, and one of them failed, and she was like, this is a fail, like boom. And I was like, plants fail. It made me feel pretty good about myself and all of my errors, you know, because, you know, when you see somebody else fail that you like and respect, and when you don't see them do well, you're like, oh, it's okay. Right? I think that's kind of a good baseline for plant care, is that it's okay. They're gonna die. You can't save them all. Although I'll sure try, right? But you can't. They're little temperamental babies. I really should have had these stacked out much better. I didn't think this through. First video, what can I do? There we go. Last little baby. But yeah, the Leca Queen, if you're interested in alternative soils and somebody who can give you a good like understanding and baseline of how that all works, the Leca Queen on YouTube, she's the queen. Duh. She's the queen. And she's always adorable. She always looks so cute and so sharp. I probably could have learned something from that. Anyway, on to the next. And then this baby. This thing is way too big for that size of pot. So I need to go get another one. Do I have another one? All right, I'll be right back. Oh, I do have one. I do think this might be too small as well, but there's so many roots. Is anybody bad? Look like it. Okay. Let's just see. Let's just see how stuffy they can get. Also, if you see me doing something wrong or bad or, you know, poor, could be doing it better, I need a bigger pot. Okay, listen, before you even comment on my shit, excuse me, before you even comment that the pot is too small, I'm gonna get a bigger one. Okay, here we go. This will do. So I'm just gonna put some shit in the bottom, gonna put the roots in, gonna put a little more shit in the bottom as I lower the plant in. Yeah, look at that, that's perfect. So yeah, if you want to comment and let me know if you're a better plant person than me, please, which I'm sure most of you guys are, please do let me know what I can do better as far as this replanting process goes. I need all the help I can get. Plant amateur. I leave that guy, I'm gonna leave the clump sticking out because it likes that, I think. Okay. So there's all of those. One bucket has turned into, oh, this one doesn't have a catch. Shelby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 plants. Oh my gosh. All right. So yeah, moving on to my next little bit is my favorite plants. So I do have lots of favorite plants. I don't know where I stood up. It's right here. I can't handle it. All right. So my next favorite, oh wait, I have all of these, shoot. I have all of these little corms that I'll have to do something with as well. Yep, that's all. How many corms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more corms. So 7 total plants and 6 corms. Wow. Okay, moving on. Let me move that out of the way so you can't see it. My favorite plants. I'm actually working with them today. So my first favorite plant is the Alocasia. I have several varieties. Most of them live in my cabinet. Like I said before, I'm turning like this because that's my cabinet. I do have another cabinet over there, and there's I think one Alocasia in there, but I generally keep them in this one just because it's taller. But I love Alocasias. I especially love the ones with the zebra print, stem. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but for example, this is an Alocasia stingray. I call him Steve Borden because sting, if you get it, you get it. The stems have this really cool zebra pattern. And so like I'm collecting all the ones with the zebra pattern because I just love it. I think it's so beautiful and unique and crazy looking. But alocasias are tough. Like I'm gonna try to acclimate some out of the cabinet this coming summer, because it'll just be better outside, and then maybe they'll give me a good experience through the winter, fingers crossed. And the next one that is my favorite is Marantas. I absolutely love Marantas. All of them. They're so freaking cool. This one right here, this one is called Lucky Day. I'm sorry, here, let me actually tell you what it is. That might be nice. The Alocasia Lemon Lime. I should have wrote down what its scientific name is too. I do like to do that, but apparently for this one I was too excited to name it Lucky Day. That was one of the plants that when I first saw it, I was like, oh, I'm a crazy plant lady. I need that plant. And it's been amazing ever since. So I think what I'm gonna do, because I have this cool little tier system that I got, I want to use these for the lemon lime. He doesn't want to stand up really, and I feel like this one might grow better if I give it a little bit more support. So I found this cool like tier system that's super easy, and I have one on another plant. As it just sits in the soil, there's 3 prongs and they mate together. I freaking love this thing. But so you can just keep stacking and stacking and stacking. I've tried a bunch of other stuff too and I don't really like it, but we'll see what happens. So here's this guy. We're gonna put this in here. It's too big. What do we do? Put it anyway. I want to use it, so I'm gonna use it. There. Let me put some more of my soil in here too. Don't pick it up with the pot with the holes in it. Some more of this. So Marantas being one of my favorite plants. So they are just so unique and pretty and striking. I actually love them so much that I am purposefully potting up a second lemon lime. I have the silver band, I have the rabbit's foot, I have the black Maranta. I think that's actually it. Oh, I have a red Maranta. Just got her yesterday from a shop down south of me. But oh my God, they're just so freaking pretty. I love them so much. I hope that I can get some more as time goes on, because I mean, they're just beautiful plants. I don't know how many more varieties there are in the world. I don't know how many more I'm to get, but I'm keen. I will get me some Maranta. This is not gonna work with the green thing. It's too big. Oh, what? I got a flower. I really geeked out when that happened. By the way, I hate editing, so there's not gonna be a lot of that. I'm not gonna do it. I hate editing, so I hope that doesn't affect your opinion of my channel. I freaking love this plant. So I'm gonna try to get 3 of them so I can have, this one's gonna be Ned Needlelander. And then the last one will be Dusty Bottoms. Now, if you can tell me what that reference is, you'll get a gold star for sure. I just think that is so freaking funny and they're so beautiful. And since I'm gonna have 3 of the same, that I might as well have some fun with it. Marantas are they're not my second all-time favorite plant. I just figured that because I was working with these 3 plants today, that I would talk about them. Because, you know, they're in my care and I like them and la 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 la, la 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 la. I was hoping maybe my cat would come and say hi, but she's not gonna. She's such a little butt. And my 3rd favorite plant I'll talk about in a little bit, since we're not working on it yet, but you might be able to see it. And it's probably also my least favorite. It's really difficult because this guy wants to be special and unique. Can you say butthole on YouTube? I don't know. There. Okay, ooh, leaf in the dirt. So all those other roots that you're putting out get covered. And use up all this soil. Watch me put some random corn in here, that'll be great. There. I like how loamy this soil is, because this Maranta, having been propagated in water, is gonna really appreciate the extra moisture for a while. I just have to remember that it has fertilizer pellets, so I don't over fertilize it. Come here, sweetheart. You guys gotta get out of the pot. Thank you. All right, you're just gonna have to be close. Ooh, be lucka. All right, who's that guy that goes, tap that pot, and he looks at you like, I think it's weird. I don't know how much I like that guy. Yeah, so here is Ned Needleland. And then Lucky is almost ready to propagate again. You can see how big, he's getting pretty big. So I'm gonna throw in another, chop some up and put them in another, make another one. Ned Needlelander, Lemon Lime Maranta number 2. My third favorite plant that we're talking about today. Again, it's not like my all-time favorite plant, a favorite, right? I really do like these plants. The reason why, oh yeah, I'm sorry, begonias. I freaking love begonias, but they don't love me. This is why the hate relationship comes in, right? They're absolutely beautiful. There's thousands and thousands and thousands of different varieties of begonias out there. They like don't want to live. Every time I try to make one of these guys, they're just, oh, this one's in pond. This one actually likes pond. It's growing really nice. I'm just gonna break up some of the roots a little bit because it's also in, I think it came from, I just broke the rhizome. I don't even know if rhizome's the right word, okay? Don't quote me on that. All right, so this is a dirty, we'll put them in there. And then this one is Justin Perlite, and she's been growing in here for some time. Another person brought me a giant tree, and I've been propagating and propagating and propagating and propagating and propagating Begonia Immaculata. This is one of the only begonias that I managed to keep alive and propagate successfully. It's really hard for me. I want to be able to crack the begonia code, but it's like impossible. Like it's not happening. So that one did like the pond that I had it in. That's another soil alternative, but I'm switching it up to soil so I can not water it so much because the pond is crazy. So I have this self-watering plant that I got from my red Maranta came in this and it was too big, like the roots were already coming through. So I decided that I was gonna put the begonia in here because maybe, I have a bigger one of these already, but maybe the begonia will appreciate a self-watering pot. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. But I can't keep begonias alive. Like they literally just want to die. I've tried them in cabinets. I've tried them in everything, but I cannot crack the begonia code, and I really want to. But I don't want to have plants that I have to like keep in a box that I won't be able to see. No, this is not a box that I can't see in, okay? I want to be able to see my plants. I have a begonia Sarawak that has been going through so much trauma over the last several months. I've been doing all the things that I'm supposed to do, and now she is living in a shot glass under a globe in a cabinet and not so much light. And now she's thriving. And I'm like, you're really pretty, but I can't have that. I don't want that. Okay, this isn't gonna work. I gotta redo it. So yeah, if you've had any tips to help me keep begonias alive, you know, that maybe includes something like, don't get begonias, you're just gonna murder them. I think that would be great too. Like if that's just what I need to hear, just tell me. I can handle it, but I really want them to be for me because they're so pretty. And you know, what's one of the reasons why we have all these plants is because they're pretty and they bring us joy. And they really bring me joy to look at. But then after I have them for a few months, they like ain't having it. They do not like being in my care. So I'm trying to be really gentle because they do have really fine roots, which is pretty obvious since I just broke one. There, I'm gonna strike this down, strike down the string. There, so that one's done. And then just one more. But yeah, if you can tell me what the begonia code is, I would be forever in your debt. Because seriously, I just can't. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. The cane begonias, I do pretty good with. Like the Begonia maculata, I do okay. Like my other one's pretty big. She's down there. My other one's pretty big. I'm gonna have to move her soon because she's obviously gonna be outgrowing that spot shortly. It's just kind of like, dang, like I'm not too bad at growing plants. I'm not too bad. Like I definitely have some work to do and cut out as far as like the still figuring it out part. But after a year, I'm not doing that bad. Like, I mean, at least they're alive, right? That's a point in my favor. I'm just gonna use this pot because this will not be their forever home, and I know that. So we're just gonna put him in here until he gets more established and he gets big, and hopefully he likes this soil more than just the perlite. The perlite was good for propagating. Also, I find that propagating with perlite in the later months, during the summer, it was awesome. Like everybody loved it. Alocasias, philodendrons, everybody loved it, right? But in the later months, I'm finding that it is just not the case. Like they do not like it. Okay, so I've switched over to moss for a bunch of my propagations for later in the year. I even switched out some props that I had growing in perlite. I switched them over to moss, which I know somebody's gonna be like, that's a bad idea, just leave the roots alone. And I hear you, I totally hear you. I should have, but they weren't doing nothing, and it had been so many months. So I was like, no, it needs to change. So I changed it. I committed and I changed it. So now that is that, let's bring all of these babies over here for insect control. I haven't had too much problem with insects. Whenever a new guy comes in, he goes into quarantine and he's there for at least 2 months so I can observe and make sure that he's not going to be a little turd and infect my whole plant system. I do get little flies and stuff, like the little fungus gnats, but I find that it's minimal and it's not too bad. What I do, I try to be more preventative than I am reactionary. But what I do is what you can see here. This is not sponsored. I don't sell anything yet. That could happen. I might get famous, you know? Who knows? Systemic houseplant insect control. And this stuff you just sprinkle all over the top of the plant, and then when you water it in, the plant eats it, and then it becomes bad for insects. And sorry, I feel like I'm being a little repetitive. As I do them, I'm gonna put them over in here. I don't try to use a lot. You know, I just kind of sprinkle over the top and then I call it good. Oh, but that still has its cash pot. There we go. Yeah, look at this. I got it together, guys. But yeah, I just put a little bit on there. I don't need to kill the plant. It's already angry because I transplanted it. And one of these is gonna be even more angry because I ripped it off the main house. The main. Insect control, preventative. I use this insecticidal thing. It's also good for other things too. Whiteflies, scale. It just protects the plant. And you know, you make an investment, you protect it. It's like getting insurance on your car. Just another thunder. Put that guy in there. Insect, this way. Yeah. The next insect preventative I'm going to talk about are the little fly stickers. So these are not a very preventative measure because it's already too late. Like you've already entered into the fly's adult stage by the time you see the little things on the stickers. But they were one of the first bits of fly care that I did get. And I do like them because, again, I've not had a big problem, but I use them as kind of a gauge to see how, I should do this, let me do this, dun, dun, to gauge how much of a problem I have, right? So I have not had that much of a problem, but I use those little yellow stickers all the time to make sure that I don't have a problem. It's just a good way to keep track of a situation. The last, there's a little bit of, hold on, there's a little bit of water on the floor. Just roll right in it. That's a good idea. And then my last pest prevention, I don't prevent pests, is Dr. Bronner's. It's not necessarily something that I'm standing by right now because I'm still in the experimental process. But earlier this year, just before the winter picked up, I watched some videos and they used Dr. Bronner's as a pest treatment. And I took some plants into an experimentation. I took some plants into, that's not good. There's a hole in my tray. So I took some plants and I used the Dr. Bronner's on their leaves and wiped them all off. So I sprayed it with a 1-2 water and Bronner's mixed together. I have to look at the bottle to tell you what I did, but I used a very little bit of Bronner's and a very little bit of Bronner's and a whole bunch of water, right? And I sprayed the leaves off aggressively. I don't even know what was on them. It could have been spider mites. It was on my fiddle fig. So it could have been spider mites, but I'm pretty sure what it was thrips. They were like these oblong, weird, I have no idea how they got in my house, creatures of the night. Sorry, I feel like I should be standing up. I sprayed it off with the Dr. Bronner's. And then I let it kind of hang out for a little bit. And then I sprayed it off again with water, just water. So I got all the soap off. And I was very diligent about keeping the soil clean from soap. And I haven't seen any pests on that plant since. I've also did it to just a preventative measure to my mammii, my philodendron mammii. The stingray, the Alocasia stingray got it. The poly got it, but I did it just to like see what the leaves would do. And so far it's been about a month. I don't have any yellowing. I don't have any angry plant. Nobody's had dieback, nothing like this. I think it has to do with washing it all off. I think that is a huge contributor to them being happy, right? You would think so. Well, I should chop that. I wish I would have seen you earlier, darling. You're kind of grody. I will cut you. I'm just gonna cut off that leaf. It doesn't look like it's doing very good. And I'm just gonna let them drink for a little bit. I'm not gonna let them sit in there for an hour or something. I'm just gonna get the soil all wet and then I'm gonna pull them out. Clean. Trying to get down in there. There we go. Yeah, picky leaf. Don't eat it. But yeah, so the Bronner's seem to really be working. Like everybody's pretty happy. I have no complaints so far. And it put because you know it's oil, right? It's peppermint oil. Well, the one that I use anyway is peppermint oil. They have different flavors. It's really quite nice because the oil that is on there, one, peppermint is a pest deterrent, and two, it kind of puts a layer on the leaf that protects it. Like most leaves, if you look at them in nature, like they always peel up and the water pools. The water will pool up and bead off, you know, like the leaf's got some Rain-X on it or something. I've noticed now, I don't miss my plants or anything, but I've noticed now that if water accidentally gets on those leaves, that it's fine. Like the water pools up and it goes away. So it's, are you in the water? You in the water? No. But yeah, oh my God, I made it. I don't know how those guys do it. I bet they do this all the time. This was hard. I guess maybe it'll get easier with time. I'm not sure. But Alocasia, Maranta, and Begonias. Repotted all in soil. We got a self-watering pot. We got some babies. I'm probably gonna sell these guys off. I mean, then we got their main plant that's gonna be, whoa. She's got some epic little prawns going on here. This is cool. But yeah, everybody's happy. I think what I'll do is I'll just keep these guys around, and before I post this video, after it takes me 10 years to edit it, I will take a snapshot of these guys in a couple of months or something, and we'll see how they're all doing. Well, hopefully these guys won't be here, but hopefully. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, I'm Tara. Thank you for doing some plant chores with me. I'm gonna clean up. I gotta dump that water tray. I gotta put the dirt away, right? But thank you for making it this far. And if you wanna see more things, you know the routine for YouTube. Let me know what you wanna see, what you want me to talk about, if I should brush my hair or anything like that. But otherwise, thank you. and enjoy your day. Have fun. Plant Amateur, signing off.